Ah. You man. Oh my days. Ah. Forget the intro, bruv. This is a special one. Welcome back to the channel. You know what to do, all of that jazz. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Yeah, if you want to support this channel, of course. Unless you're an Arsenal fan, because you might not want to support this channel after what I'm going to say today, because we got some stuff to talk about, yeah? Listen, Man United win 5-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw after 120 minutes against Arsenal. Man United knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup and advance to the fourth round. And I can look at my television now, I can see Bayende smiling with his Man of the Match award, dedicating it to the fans, and he absolutely deserved it. But first things first, I need to address the Arsenal fans, bro. You are on the brink of collapsing. In fact, you might as well be collapsing already because your season is done. Excuse me, had to let that one out. Your season is finito, terminé. You want it in different languages? Let's go. Your season is done. Your season is finito. Es terminado. I don't even know if that's the right word. Se acabó. Yeah, that's the right way in Spanish to say it. Se acabó. Finito. Votre saison est terminée. Eure Saison ist Schluss. Schluss mit eurer Saison. Done. Finished. Out of the FA Cup. In the league, you're trailing behind Liverpool. On the verge of getting knocked out of the League Cup. Champions League, we know you man ain't going far. Your season is done. You're about to have the same season as you had last season and the season prior and the season prior and the season prior. Nada. Nothing you're winning this season. And it couldn't have happened to a better team because you man nearly cheated yourself to a win against us today. That was absolutely disgraceful. Chatting to referees about us wasting time. Chatting to referees about Altay Bayindir wasting time. What were you, man, doing? Taking an average of 1 minute and 5 seconds to take a flipping set piece. You, man, are a disgrace. A disgrace to the institution, to this beautiful sport called football. You, man, thought you were going to corner yourself to finals and corner yourself through games. What did you think was going to happen? As soon as you, man, discovered this corner gimmick, I said, it's not going to last. And you man was saying, oh, but people are jealous because we score from corners. Oh, people are jealous because we score from corners. And that's about the only thing you can score from. Because if it's not corners, how are you scoring? If it's not penalties, how are you scoring? In fact, today, you couldn't even score your penalty in that 90-minute game because Altay Bayindir decided otherwise. Over 700 million, should I say, spent. And not one penny was spent on a striker. You, man, should be ashamed of yourself. You, man, should be ashamed of yourself. Bunch of emotional people, emotional fan base, and that's exactly how your players behave as well. This whole emotional vibe can be seen from the top all the way down. From the manager to the players to the fans. Bunch of emotional youths, bruv. It couldn't have happened to a better team. I love beating Arsenal. I love when Man United win against Arsenal, especially in cup competitions. Yeah, in the league, you might be ahead of us. And yeah, you're going to finish in the top 4 because as of now, you're in the top 4 race. But guess what? You ain't winning no cups. Nothing. Nada. Nada. Listen, I'm going to give you credit because you dominated the game. You had loads of chances. But guess what? The quality of your players is crap. Not good enough. Not good enough. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be looking to chat to Kai Havertz myself. Yeah, I'd be looking to chat to him in German and to ask him, how is it possible that you're missing some of these chances? The chance he had in the first half where he kind of sliced it with his left foot. The chance where he had it in the second half, or in the second half of extra time, I can't even remember when exactly, where he was again in front of goal, controlled it with his hand. Okay, cool, no VAR, so the ref didn't see it, but again, fluffed his lines, could not score. I'd be looking to chat to some of these players if I was an Arsenal fan. I'd be looking to chat to my captain, because Odegaard was ghost today. He was ghost today. Yes, you've got injuries. Yes, you've got players missing out, but that was a disgraceful performance. You're telling me, and bear in mind, we've all said this is probably, yeah, and I know they've done a miracle today, but this is probably one of the worst squads we have ever seen in Man United history. And you couldn't lay a glove on them, man. When did Dalot receive his red card? And we're going to talk about Dalot in a minute. 1 second. I'm going to get onto him as well. 1 second, people. Let me have a look at the facts. The red card came in the 61st minute. 61st minute. So in an hour of football, until the 120th minute, well, 59 if you want, you couldn't lay a glove on these, man? Hey, you should be ashamed of yourself. All this tiki-taka. And I've said this before, people. I've said this before. Arteta needs to take a deep look in the mirror, because, yes, these players are going to be blamed by a lot of Arsenal fans because they didn't finish their chances and whatnot. But a lot of what happened today is going to be, and a lot of what happened in the past is going to be on Arteta, because they're going to ask questions. £700 million spent, like I said, and not one penny was spent on a striker. Not one. Well, Jesus, is he really a striker? No. Havertz? No. Martinelli? No. I'm talking about spending money on a forward, a centre forward, a recognised centre forward, to come to Arsenal Football Club and score goals. Because a lot of times, yeah, you man put in these crosses, but nobody was there. And I can see him on my screen right now, and I don't know why he's smirking, but I don't know. It's not my problem, isn't it? But if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be looking at this and thinking, why are you smirking, bruv? Why? Why? Possession? Cool. Possession galore? Cool. Moving the ball around? Cool. But what do you do with it? And listen, I'm a fan of possession-based football myself, but it has to mean something. You've got to make it count. And this was the type of game that we went in today. We knew that we were not going to have possession at all. We were going to sit tight, be compact, stay good at the back, be secure at the back. Yes, we let in a goal, but again, that goal was a deflection. So again, that shows you how solid we were at the back. Everything that Arsenal threw at us, we dealt with it. Everything. Everything. I mean what I say. Everything. Everything. The only time Arsenal were a threat, again, was on corners. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. Arteta's plan, I see it like a square box. And everybody, all the players are just happy to stay and operate within that square box. Anyone that does anything out of the ordinary, out of that box, that square box, Arteta's going to be mad. So let's just stick to the plan. Nobody's taking the game by the scruff of the neck, grabbing it by the scruff of the neck and saying, I'm going to decide this game today. No, it's all about passing it around, passing it about, putting a cross, but nobody's there. So let's put in more crosses. The amount of times I've seen Arsenal players in a position to shoot, but they prefer to go around the outside to cross it in, but nobody was there. You're just going around in circles. You're literally just going around in circles. And I said it as well. Anyhow Arsenal lose to Man United on Sunday, woo, the Arsenal fan base will make themselves heard. And I haven't watched anything yet, but I'm not going to be surprised that once I finish recording this video and I open up my YouTube and I go on social media, Arsenal fans are going to go crazy. A lot of questions are going to be asked about Mikel Arteta. And guess what? They laughed at me before the game when I tweeted that this game was a bigger game for Arsenal than it was for us, because a lot, and I even said I'd go as far as saying that their whole season, the rest of their season, depends on this game. Arsenal fans laughed at me in the comments. Ooh, typical United fan hating. Agenda. That's what they like to use nowadays. Agenda. Look at you, man, now. Look at you, man, now. 2-0 loss in the Carabao Cup first leg semi-final against Newcastle. You got to go up to the Toon and try and score 3 to win. Without conceding, of course. A loss against Man United today in the FA Cup. You're knocked out. You've got Spurs next midweek in the Premier League. Then you've got Villa on the weekend in the Premier League. Your days are numbered. Excuse me. Your days are numbered. This week coming up, oh yeah, Arsenal fans are going to feel it. Arsenal fans are going to crash out, as we like to say in 2025. They are going to crash out like never before. And I keep getting messages and I don't know why. I'm recording my video, you man. Leave me alone, bruv. Now let's get to Man United. We knew what type of game this was going to be. We knew we were not going to have any of the possession, but we had to make our moments count. And if I'm very honest, I thought we made it count. We made our moments count. Didn't have a lot of chances, but the ones that we did have, we either created a direct threat or we scored a goal. And I thought this was an outstanding performance from Man United, especially defensively. And it's basically gonna have to be defensively only, because Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, Matthijs de Ligt, those 3 were absolute dogs in that defense, sweeping up everything. Everything. Like, bro, some of the clearances, some of the tackles, some of the duels I was seeing. So I can't believe what I've just watched today. Matthijs de Ligt. They laughed at us for paying, what was it? 40 million? Was it 40? Something like that? They laughed at us for paying that. Somebody that's at Bayern Munich or somebody that was a flop. Talk to me nice. Yeah? Talk about my Dutch general nice. That clearance ahead of Trossard in the second half before, was it before half? No, it was in the first half of the first half of extra time. That clearance was unreal, bro. See that? That's what you call this. This is what I class as desire. Desire and passion is not just running around meaningless and not doing anything, just looking busy. No. Desire and passion is also that clearance from de Ligt. That is also desire and passion. To me, if you ask my opinion, yeah. Absolute outstanding performance. Bro, defensively, I don't know if you guys understand, yeah. How many shots did we face? And again, this is something I expected. So I'm not saying that we should be facing these type of shots every game. Please don't get me wrong. We shouldn't. But today we faced 26 shots, yeah. 7 were on target. I want to see how many shots we blocked. Is there a... hold on. Is there a stat for that? Bro, Arsenal had 10 shots blocked, bro. Credit has to go to the defense for that. We only had 2 blocked. Shots inside the box, 22. 22 shots inside the box, and 10 of them were blocks. Brother, the defense... Massive credit to the defense, because that was unreal. The whole team, yeah, including the subs, have to get applauded for that. They have to get the credit for that, because that was outstanding. Ruben Amorim, I fully believe in you, my guy. I fully believe in what you're trying to build, and I believe in your plan. I don't know what it's going to be in the future, but based on what I see now, yes, I believe in it. I've always believed in it from the day you came in, but seeing... The Bible says seeing is believing. Bro, from what I can see, bruv, I'm behind you. I'm behind you, Amrim. Fully behind you. Now, don't get me wrong. There was some stuff that I wasn't happy about. You've got to look at some of the negatives as well. You can't just look at the positives and be all euphoric and go into the next game and make the same mistakes. That's the wrong That's the wrong way to go about it. Rasmus Højlund. Did I not tell you week in, week out about this guy? This has got nothing, it's got nothing to do with age. It's got nothing to do with he has to develop. His touch is off. His first touch is awful. There was one instance only where this whole backing into play has worked out, and it was against Saliba, and then Saliba dropped to the floor, and then he ended up getting treatment and whatnot. That was the only time it works, because he held up the ball, but he was close to falling again, but he held himself, up. Saliba was the one on the floor, and then he played it into, was it Garnacho or something? I can't remember who it was. That was the only time it worked, and it was good. But again, we saw more from Joshua Zirkzee coming on, scoring the defining penalty. We saw more from Joshua Zirkzee in his cameo than Rasmus Højlund in his whole performance. And that has been the picture for far too long. And now, Amorim, you've seen it with your own eyes for far too long as well. You need to make a decision, and you need to start benching Højlund. For the love of God, Xerxes' hold-up play is perfect. The way he handles defenders, the way he twisted man out. What was it? Saliba twisted man inside and out, bro, and then played it into Ahmad. Xerxes came on and had, 2-3 chances? And one of those chances was, it was nearly a goal if it wasn't for a brilliant save from Raya. Arsenal nearly took the lead in the game, but Bayindir, man of the match performance. That guy, bro, to go from what he did against Spurs in the Carabao Cup to what he did today, bro, you would think there's two different goalkeepers, bro. You would think those two are two different goalkeepers. Bayindir, you have all my respect. What a performance. What a save from Odegaard's penalty, and what a save as well in the penalty shootout. Save Declan Rice's penalty. Bro, I am absolutely over the moon. I am absolutely over the moon. Two more things I wasn't happy about. 3, actually. Let's start with Dalot. Dalot, that was the most silliest challenge I've ever seen you do. How on earth do you know that you're on a yellow card? You lose the ball there and you go into a challenge like that. Yes, you didn't really touch Merino, but it's the intention. It's the intention that you went with, bro. You could have snapped man's foot off, bro. That was a terrible, terrible challenge. And he nearly cost us the game, because as soon as he got sent off, the free kick that followed, that's when Arsenal scored. Bro, I was absolutely fuming with Dalot. Think, use your brain and think. You nearly cost us the game, bro. And at that moment, I was watching a game and I was like, bro, if I was his teammate, I'd go in the dressing room and rip his head off, because why did you do that? That wasn't necessary, bro. Speaking of people who don't think, and I know he scored a goal today, yeah? And the goal was fantastic, by the way, that we scored. Perfect counter-attack, yeah? Perfect counter-attack. Garnacho did really well to press Gabriel. Gabriel does his usual bozo stuff, loses the ball. Garnacho with a lovely pass just across the box. And Bruno, first time, absolutely wraps it, bro. Wonderful, wonderful goal. But one thing I wasn't happy about is when he picked up that yellow card. That was very unnecessary. And I tweeted it and people said, oh, unnecessarily. Bro, I agree. It was a foul from Jesus on Bruno Fernandes. But bro, remember, you're the captain. You more than anyone should be having your head on your shoulders. You more than anyone, even if you're annoyed, even if you're peed off, cool. Go to the ref and talk to him. Don't be throwing your arms up in the air, your shoe, smashing it on the ground. Bro, that's the one that got me. You done it once, the referee let you off. You done it twice. Why? Why? Knowing that the ref was trigger happy in the first place, just dashing out yellow cards for nothing to both sides. Why did you do that? If Bruno had carried on throwing his tantrums, bro, the ref might have been like, oh, I've had enough. Red card, boom, off you go. He needs to start learning to control his emotions, because his emotions very much determine what type of game he's going to have. And that is very dangerous, especially for a captain, bro. Relax, stay calm. If you want to let somebody else throw a tantrum, let the other guys do it, not you. You're the captain. You're meant to show the example. You're meant to show the example, bro. And speaking of the referee, my lord, I am so happy, yeah, that God was watching over this game and he said, I am not going to let that happen. I am not going to let this referee sabotage the game. What's his name? Andy Madley? Disgraceful performance from the referee. Bro, this referee nearly single-handedly, yeah, gifted the game to Arsenal. That penalty, bro. Wow, that was the most ludicrous decision I've ever seen in my life. But like I said, there's a God that watches over all of us and said, nah, justice. Justice. Thank God for Altay Bayindir. Because there's no way Arsenal wouldn't have gotten away with that treacherous performance held by the referee. No way. And usually Arsenal are the ones to say, oh, the referees are against us. Not today, because they were definitely on your side. Definitely on your side, bro. Wow. Yeah, I had to get all of that off my chest, but all in all, I am extremely happy, extremely glad. I watched the draw as well. We've got Leicester next. On paper, seems like a good draw. We should be able to win that. But as we all know, every game in the FA Cup is difficult. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. We need to be careful because we could get surprised, you know? And we need to keep our heads screwed on our shoulders, bro. Not make silly decisions like Dallo and start throwing tantrums like Bruno Fernandes, you know? So I'm happy, man. Happy, and I'm happy that it happened to them lot, bro. I'm so happy, bro. So happy. Corner shop closed once again. Corner shop luck half for life. That's gonna be their lesson now, bro. They're gonna carry on with that corner gimmick. But I told you, man, you lot thought you were gonna corner yourself to a Premier League title. You lot are crazy if you think you're gonna do that. £700 million spent, and this is how you turn up. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be sick. I'd be throwing up right now in the toilet right now as we speak, because that was disgusting from Arsenal. All these players that you can have to make the difference, and corners are the way. You man think you can win games, or you man think you can win titles. Forget games, titles. Scoring corners only, brother. Listen, it's long for you, man. I told you, out of the FA Cup, on the brink of being knocked out of the League Cup. Champions League, we know you man ain't going far. League, done out. Same thing every year around the same time. Anyway, people, I'm done talking. I'm guessing this is over 20 minutes, but I've had to say what I had to say, bruv. Listen, I love this team. They give me headaches, but I love this team. Anyway, you know what to do. If you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in corner shop closed. You know what to do, people's road to 15K. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm out. I'm out.